Hello everybody, Belle here. I'm going to give you guys a nice little walkthrough of what the class hall questline looks like for the Warlock. I did do this at the same time I did the destruction artifact weapon questline, so I did cut the video at the end because the artifact questline video as well as the class hall questline video do intertwine in nature when it comes to the way that it happens. So here, all about this situation, this is going to be dealing with Dreadscar Rift. That's gonna be where you're going. You actually have to reclaim Dreadscar Rift in this questline because that is your class hall. I did enjoy doing this class hall once I was able to unlock Destro when they finally made it playable. The first time I did the class hall acquisition quest, I actually did it on the Demonology Warlock, which was a little bit of struggle for me because anybody that knows me knows I don't demo. So, was still super fun. I really enjoyed doing it on a tune that, on a spec that I actually play on a daily basis. So, in this very beginning section here, this is going to be, you do the ritual, you go into the portal. That portal essentially is going to take you to Dreadscar Rift. Big, ugly, scary dude's going to come out of here and you're going to want to either run away, fight or flight. Really, really big dude. I did enjoy the immersion factor when it comes to these class halls and acquiring them, and especially the artifact questlines because it is spec and class specific. And I did find that separation different, especially when it comes to being able to level alts in Legion. Mind you, I'm talking about small talk while we're waiting for this little bit of a long RP situation to happen so that you guys aren't completely bored. As you see, Blueberry still ever valiant in his effort to protect and defend me, literally standing right on top of me. Yeah, I decided to step back because then I remembered he jumps right out of the portal. So, this guy who you have to fight a few times, Jagnoth, pretty legit. He's a pit lord. He's actually the one that runs the Dreadscar. He has an army inside Dreadscar, which, spoiler alert, if you're not interested in spoilers, you probably shouldn't watch this video. You end up commanding his specific army in Dreadscar. So, that part is actually pretty cool. So, you're going to spend a little bit of time here just being stunned. He's going to say really mean things to you. And here's your jailer. So these Dreadscar jailers, you're actually going to deal with them quite a bit in the acquisition quest for this. You have to escape the jailer, which we're actually going to do right now. Here you are in a cage. I'm a gnome. Really, I can escape from this relatively easy because this specific quest is a little bit bugged in the sense of you could jump out of that before the RP is actually finished. But I figured in the interest of making sure that I was doing the video accurately, I would not jump out. Keep in mind, guys, I've done this class hall acquisition quest about 12 times because I kept re-rolling the tune. Here, they actually have you make use of your enslaved demon so that you can actually enslave the jailer to give yourself a moment to get out of there. Now, yeah, see, bugged, all kind of bugged. I finally got out of that dang thing too. Took me a little bit of a minute. Now here's something funny. I left this in the video instead of recreating the video because I figured you guys would appreciate my derp moment. I was supposed to kill the jailer. I should have known this since I've done this questline literally like 7 times. I did not. I went ham, killing all these things here, completely forgot that I couldn't do any other part of the quest because there's a stage where you have to release some people from cages. I couldn't figure out why the cages weren't there, and it's because I had to go back and kill the jailer. I figured you guys would get a kick out of that. That is actually really embarrassing. But you guys know I'm all about being honest, so I'm definitely not going to pretend like I knew what I was doing. So you get a little bit of a gameplay of me going here and killing some things, being super diligent and careful just because she is not max level. She's only level 100. She does have the garbage level 100 gear and is easily killed if I'm not paying attention, which when I'm recording, oftentimes I'm not watching my health bar. So yeah, there's that. But this is actually not the right way to do it, guys. You're supposed to kill the jailer. As you can see, behind here is you have NPCs that are chained up to those things you're supposed to release. I think there's 3 of them. And I did not do that because I was supposed to not be killing these things and rather killing the jailer. I don't really remember how long I actually did this, but I feel like I got a pretty good distance before I realized I was supposed to go back and kill the jailer. Still super bugged about that chaos bolt, how it just kind of hangs back like that. Once again, really hoping that that's not its intended final animation, just because it's weird. So I think at this point I kind of realized something was kind of weird. Yep, I did realize it was kind of weird, and I was like, I guess maybe I'm supposed to go back and kill stuff. Pretty much, you screwed up. These eye things are super annoying, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Should have used my Rain of Fire here, but what are you gonna do? Those Dreadscar jailers are so cool. I don't know about you guys, but I really liked the models. This was actually one of my favorite models so far of the creatures that I've encountered in Legion doing all the videos and testing and stuff. So I think it was probably that moment that I realized I did something wrong, because once you kill these two guys, you're supposed to be able to click those crystals, and I realized that that is actually completely invalid. But you have to kill these guys anyway, so I'm just going to say I was efficient and got this out of the way. Man, I literally did that so backwards, guys. I was gonna have to kill those things anyway, so I really wish I would have had a little bit better gear going into this. It did take me a super long time. Keep in mind, we're missing things like Dark Soul, and that Dark Soul, I didn't realize how much I really needed it until now. I'm kind of sad about that, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm not going to cry about it, guys, because, you know, Legion changes. Sometimes you have to evolve with what you're doing. So I'm going to tell you it's about this time that I realized, oh shit, that guy's supposed to be dead. I totally left this NPC over here to fight my own battles, and then I realized I was supposed to kill him, and boom, all is right with the world. Meanwhile, that NPC actually had to work this time because I wasn't helping him, so poor dude. Now this next part, that does require you releasing those 3 NPCs that we talked about. When you release those NPCs, they're chained up and you have to let them loose. They do follow you to complete a little bit of the storyline. Super easy. I already killed everything in this area, so that definitely made this part go super quick. And of course, the good old blueberry aggroing everything in a 12-mile radius. So much damage happening. The destruction guys still, even though it took me a little bit of time to kill these things, I took on a lot. There's a lot of mob. And still did quite a bit of spread damage. Which hopefully you guys did watch the destruction video. I did do that breakdown. Once we get closer to being out of so much change, when it's out of alpha, it's in beta, it's been in beta for a while, and we've got a more refined look, I am going to go through and actually do some comparisons of what we're playing with now, destruction related, and what we're playing with in Legion. As you see, this beautiful red around tells you that you screwed up and pulled way too much and are about to die. But thankfully, Warlocks are built to live, so I steal souls. That's how I get by, guys. Don't judge me. Just one more, guys, after this. These quest lines weren't particularly difficult, really. Any of the class hall quest lines, they weren't really difficult per se. There was just a lot of little steps, which I did appreciate. I don't want them to just hand me the class hall. I wanted to have to work for it just a little bit, so it wasn't too terrible about that. Let's be honest, we have the entire expansion to worry and do all the things and have stuff that takes a length amount of time. All the work you're going to be putting into your artifact weapon is going to be huge because you're going to be constantly increasing that artifact power. So there's definitely not going to be a lack of things to do in Legion. So if some of the quest lines are a little bit quicker or a little bit easier in the beginning, I'm definitely not going to cry about it for sure. As you see that the Worgen is floating, which made me laugh because it's bugged, but... Look how good that Soul Leech is. I literally hardly take any damage with that Soul Leech. So now we have to go meet your gentleman. He helped you. I think you guys saw him when we did the artifact quest line. If you guys watched the artifact acquisition video, you would have saw Caludus. Not sure if I'm saying it right. Don't really care if I'm saying it right. We do have to go through here. He is standing on the other side, so you do have to release these crystals to be able to gain access to the other side. The cool part, though, is towards the end of this video, and that's where you're dealing with the heart, which you'll see what I mean when that happens if you haven't seen anything as far as what the acquisition questline looks like for the class hall. It's pretty cool. The NPC is just fighting thin air. It makes me laugh. So now we have to go acquire a tome. We have to go up into this little hill here where we got to kill one of those really ugly things. And look at those dual chaos bolts with that havoc, guys. That's so beautiful. That's like money, literally, in the bank. My favorite part of being destruction, I'm not gonna lie. The Tome of the Blighted Implements is what we're looking for, and we are going to get it off this lovely, very grumpy gentleman. These freaking eyes. I hate these eyes. Sure, you guys have also noticed the increased damage on the Rain of Fire. They did give the Rain of Fire a little bit of a buff, but it also costs soul shards, so there is an offset to being able to get that increased damage. He's gonna drop the tome. I believe he drops the tome. Maybe he doesn't. He doesn't drop the tome. Do a little bit of RP here, and then we'll be able to click this bad boy. Doing all the things. This is just one of the steps that we have to go through here. Here goes this Worgen over here, just forever over there trying to kill shit in thin air. So there we go. We have the tome. Now we're going to go on to the one of the final stages of being able to escape. So we are going to be fighting him here shortly. It's a really relatively easy fight. I think the very first time I did this, when I did it on Demonology, I think I died the first time. That's just more because I was a little bit out of my comfort level when it comes to playing a different spec. This guy is really nasty if you don't move out of his circles. super, super nasty. I'm pretty sure that's what I died from the first time. And not hanging around is going to be really important. You'll see after he dies, so those things on the ground, that specific mechanic, it's actually going to keep going after he dies, and you have to get the hell out of there like really quickly, otherwise it'll literally kill you. So once he goes down, you just want to haul tush through that portal. You don't really want to hang around and keep dealing with that specific mechanic, because it does do a lot of damage. Yeah, as you see, all that's still going down on the ground. It'll cover the whole ground if you just kind of hang out there. So when you guys are going through this yourself, just remember this video, and remember Belle said to get out of the bad stuff. So I cut the video there just because there was a little bit of the artifact quest line. Now is going to be the main part of you being able to claim Dreadscar Rift. You are going to have to kill him. The purpose of killing him is to get his heart. Pretty simple fight in that sense. We have the good old blueberry, so not really anything serious there. I didn't realize that you couldn't really see his whole view from my camera. I guess I should have looked up a little bit. I think I was more concerned with staying alive, so I didn't pan the camera around. I do apologize for that. This actually isn't too, like I said, you guys can see, it's not too terrible of a fight. That soul leech though, guys, seriously, it absorbs a lot of damage. I don't recall it ever absorbing that much damage. Feels like, unless I'm standing in something, which is, you see my tiptoes literally on the ring of that crap on the ground, which is not good. You should not stand in stuff, guys. It's just bad form. So we're going to rejoice here shortly because he's going to be dead. Pretty cool to fight a pit lord. Yeah, I almost died. It's because I was standing in shit, guys. So he goes back and does his thing. He walks away all angrily and grumpily because he can't believe how dare we beat him. So he's now defeated, and we're going to take his heart. The heart actually, what we do with the heart's actually pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of Miss Pandaria, where Garrosh got the heart of Yasarj, I think. And that was kind of cool. So now we actually have to go place this heart above the altar. Doing so, when you activate that heart, that's actually going to give you command over Jagnos' army. So this is pretty cool. I haven't dived into enough of what we'll actually use with that as far as the storyline goes. I tried to stay away from leveling in Legion because I didn't want to ruin a lot of the Warlock story going through level 100 to 110. So I did stay away from doing any additional questing. I'm gonna have to in order to be able to cover some of the other zones, but I think I'll probably do that on not the Warlock, just so that I can save some. I want to save some mystery for Legion, and doing these videos there's not a whole lot of shock and surprise because I'm kind of giving myself giving away all the secrets. So this was my favorite part just because it's a fucking beating heart in the air. How could you not be loving that? So it activates. He's not happy with you, but whatever. I'm superior because I killed his general. So now this means you get to command his army. So I kind of wasn't sure what I was waiting for here when this happened, and then I panned around and I noticed after I stood there for a minute, I noticed that people were walking up here, and then I was like, okay, here's the army. So this is pretty much it. This is the army here, and you are now in command. Dreadscar has been yours. It's yours to claim. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and like it. It takes 2 seconds. You're already watching the video. Why not hit the like button? Make sure you comment and tell me how I'm doing. If there's anything you guys need from me regarding Legion, don't hesitate to reach out and comment on the YouTube channel. If this is your first time visiting PWNCAST, make sure you give us a nice little subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here because I hear tacos calling.